A racing tradition with more than a quarter-century of history welcomes the ASA Quick Trip Midwest Tour presented by Echo Outdoor Power Equipment. Wisconsin International Raceway hosts the 27th SCAG Dixieland 150. Minnesota's Dan Fredrickson comes to WIR as the series point leader, and five-time Dixieland winner Steve Carlson won the tour event in Cedar Rapids, Iowa in July. Speaking of past winners, Edgerton, Wisconsin's Rich Bickle won this event back in 1989 and makes his first Midwest Tour appearance of the year.
The guy that owns the car, Scott Olman, lets me drive his car 3, 4, 5 times a year, and we put a little sponsorship together with Perlick out of Milwaukee, and that's helped this year a little bit. And maybe next year we'll put something together, maybe run all these ASA Midwest Tour races and get back to racing up here a little bit.
WIR is a tricky D-shaped half mile and home track of Tour regular Kyle Kalmus.
For me, it's truly my home track. I'm only 15 minutes away from the track, and it's nice being able to sleep in, and it's also really nice because I have a lot more laps on this track than some of my competitors.
On this night, many eyes are on another Kyle. Kyle Busch won this event 1 year ago and comes back to make it 2 in a row at WIR.
Kyle Busch is not only arguably the hottest driver in racing, but he has a home track advantage of sorts. His crew chief, Richie Waters, is from the area.
It's nice to always come back for the home track where you growed up racing. We won a lot of championships here with Scott Hansen over the years, and this is where I grew up racing. And it's fun to come back with Kyle because we're competitive, and I just like giving back to this place. It's a good place to come, a lot of good people, and a lot of people I know up here.
Kyle Busch can draw a crowd, and this WIR crowd of 5,000 is out in force. Every tour stop has a driver autograph session, and here it's held on the front stretch with the Midwest Tour drivers and cars all on hand.
You get to interact with the fans a lot, and let's face it, if we don't have any fans, it's going to be tough to it's tough for us to get any money back, and plus that's what it's all about, is putting a show on for the fans.
16 drivers qualify for the feature on time. The rest of the field is made up of drivers who race their way in. The top 3 in each of the 2 transfer races will make the show. In the first, contact between Tour regular Mark Krause and the 9 and local driver Andy Monday. Monday goes around and others are involved as well. Minnesota's Nick Mergic is torn up. Back under green, and this one will belong to Tim Schendel. He won the last Tour event at Iowa Speedway and says the 21 might be a car to watch in the feature.
In the qualifying race, we went 2/10 faster than we qualified, so that makes no sense. But it's a good race car is what it is. It's set up for the long run, and we'll just have to work on our qualifying a little bit more. But we can dig out of this hole, and I think, I got a car good enough to win the race.
In the second qualifier, it's a real battle between Tour regular Jeff Storm in the 25 and local driver John Mydam in the 3 car. Coming to the finish, it'll be John Mydam making the show along with Jeff Storm and fellow Tour regular Brandon Hill.
I'll tell you what, it feels good. It feels real good. We're a little disappointed with our qualifying tonight. We missed it by a little bit. But, just to be in the show with all these good drivers, it's the best in all the Midwest. So, we would have liked to be able to qualify in, but we're in, so we can rest now.
Championship points are on the line in the heat races for the 16 fast qualifiers. They're split into fields of 8. In big trouble here. The 14 of local driver Eugene Gregorich Jr. and Donnie Reavers 41 get together in big contact. Reavers comes into the night second in Midwest Tour points, but this car needs work in order to run the feature. After the restart, it's the 39 of DeForest, Wisconsin's Andrew Morrissey taking the win and the points that come with the checkered flag. One of the cornerstones of this series is the competition between touring stars and top local drivers at each stop. Appleton, Wisconsin's Tim Rothe is the 2-time defending track champion here at WIR, and tops Tour regular Chris Wimmer to take the checkered flag.
If you're going to come here and race with these guys, you got to, come here with enough, backbone to, be confident enough that you can at least come here and win the race, and, just go with it at that.
2 spots are up for grabs in the last chance race, and watch the battle for the second and final transfer position. It's Doug Malik out of Green Bay in the 98 and Rich Bickle, the 89 winner of this event, in the 45. A couple of tough customers here. Malik's a Gulf War Marine. Bickle's won big short track races all over the country. Richie Bickle makes the pass. He'll follow Blake Horseman across the finish line and into the SCAG Dixieland 150.
Always loved Van Dalwyk and the guys, and love the racetrack and love the fans here. one of the greatest set of fans in the state, and always got a good crowd here and love coming here.
This crowd is ready for 150 laps at WIR. When we come back, highlights from the SCAG Dixieland 150.
Lawn maintenance professionals around the world have relied on SCAG mowers for more than 20 years. Now you too can have the same quality and reliability the professionals count on for your lawn. The new SCAG Freedom Z can cut your mowing time in half and give your lawn that beautiful professional cut appearance. SCAG mowers, proudly made in the USA.
We're ready for the 27th running of the SCAG Dixieland 150, and like the race at Iowa Speedway, this will be run in two 75-lap segments with a break in the middle to work on the cars. 92 Dixieland winner Steve Holzhausen in the 97 and Midwest Tour regular Jonathan Eiland are on the front row and bring the field to green. The start is clean, and we have the makings of a great race tonight. It's Holzhausen, the veteran out of Bangor, Wisconsin, first ahead of Eiland, and in third it's Midwest Tour point leader Dan Fredrickson. A pair of Minnesota drivers second and third. Donnie Reavers' crew got that 41 race ready, and it's Reavers racing with the red 97 of Michigan driver Jamie Iverson. Here's Steve Carlson in the 66 racing with local favorite Kyle Kalmus in the 9 and Kyle Busch in that 51 car. Pass for the lead. It's Eiland getting by Holzhausen for the top spot. Jonathan Eiland won Rookie of the Year honors in this series last year and won a tour event earlier this year at Jefferson, Wisconsin. It's Fredrickson, Carlson, and Kalmus running third, fourth, and fifth. And trouble for Donnie Reavers. Mechanical problems will knock the 41 out of the race. A bad break with Reavers second in the point standings. Steve Holzhausen and Steve Carlson are two of the best to ever come out of Western Wisconsin, and both have won races here. It's Carlson in the 66 taking over second place. Farther back, Kyle Busch has not made a charge to the front, but he came on strong in the second half last year. Coming to the line, it's Jonathan Eiland leading the way. He's done it for 75 laps. Can the Hampton, Minnesota driver do it for 75 more?
I've ran here a couple times in the past, but the couple times in the past wasn't the greatest, and I actually kind of surprised myself that we're running that good and actually kind of pulling away there.
We'll restart the second half of the SCAG Dixieland 150 and find out soon if the crews made the right adjustments and who's been taking the best care of their race car and tires. Watch Steve Carlson. He'll make his move on Eiland to take the lead. Carlson has a lot of laps here and 5 Dixieland wins, but there's a lot of racing left. Here's the battle for fourth, and it's Dan Fredrickson trying to hold off Kyle Kalmus, and Kalmus in the 9 makes the pass. Carlson leads, but Kalmus is on a charge. The young Freedom, Wisconsin racer makes his way past Steve Holzhausen for third. Trouble in the far turn. It's Iowa's Blake Moffitt and defending series champ Nathan Hosley going around. Gladstone, Michigan's Mike Gardner is also involved, and that 45 car is torn up. Back under green, and Kyle Kalmus is putting on a show for the home crowd, passing Eiland for second. Iowa winner Tim Schendel had to race his way into the feature, but he is strong. Schendel will race his way to a third-place finish. Chris Wimmer in the 52, also strong late. Wimmer will end up fourth. Kalmus will try to put the heat on Carlson, but Steve Carlson has the car to beat tonight. The Western Wisconsin veteran won at Hawkeye Downs last month and takes his 6th win in this event. Steve Carlson wins the SCAG Dixieland 150.
The first 5 I won so long ago. Winning 6 of these is pretty cool. I have a really good crew, kind of a well-balanced crew, you might say. One of them wants to change lots of things, and one won't change anything, and it's a good balance because otherwise we end up changing too much, and so everything worked out.
The ASA Quick Trip Midwest Tour is presented by Echo Outdoor Power Equipment. Special thanks to SCAG Power Equipment, Hype Energy Drink, and Pony Express Motor Coaches. I'm Bill Holland with your Midwest Tour online update. Next tour stop, Raceway Park in Shakopee, Minnesota, the Shakopee 100.